to ensure that the latest position is set out clearly and comprehensively so that you, the public, know exactly what is now being expected of you. Let me be blunt, the stringent restrictions on our normal day-to-day lives that I'm about to set out are difficult and they are unprecedented. They amount effectively to what has been described as a lockdown. I know how difficult all of that is, and I am not going to seek to sugarcoat it in any way. But these measures are essential for the protection of all of us. Coronavirus is the biggest challenge of our lifetimes, and the measures we take to tackle it must reflect the magnitude of that. These measures are essential to slow down.
I'm actually a wellbeing coach for children and I work in schools, and when the lockdown happened that kind of put an end to my contract work. So I actively went out and kind of looked for volunteering positions locally, and I found the Mearns Coastal ad on Facebook. So it's been amazing actually helping people. I've done 4 different people shopping, done some prescriptions, but I regularly do 2 people shopping now. And it's funny that we've just become really nice friends actually, and we can sit and chat on the phone. And just the feedback from people that are kind of isolated at the moment is really heartwarming to hear that, you know, like Anna will say, oh, you know, like you're giving me a purpose, because I found out that she could make scrub bags, you know, for the NHS. So it gave her something to do as well. So it's been really important, and yeah. This is definitely something we'll be carrying on after the lockdown, because we're making really good friends and it's just a really good opportunity to help people.
My name's Karen Youngson. I've been volunteering for Mearns Coastal Healthy Living Network for the last 7 weeks. I'm doing various things, hospital appointments, shopping trips, picking up prescriptions for people. I decided that I wanted to volunteer because I really wanted to do something to see if I could help other people at this time. I've met some amazing clients, people that maybe don't have anyone else that they speak to during the day, and it's really good to know that I'm able to support the local volunteering team. I'm employed by North East Scotland College, who have kindly agreed that we can work flexibly to allow us to volunteer in the local community, and it's my hope that once things settle down and we get back to some semblance of normal, I can keep doing this, whether it's evenings or weekends, because I can see there's definitely a need, and I don't think that need's going to go away.
I had to go to hospital at the start of February. I was in hospital for a week. When I came out, the local clinic at Laurencekirk told me about this facility that I could use. My daughter came up from Somerset to be with me for the first couple of weeks, when I came home, I was still very shaky and nervous about stuff. Was up at the clinic and they told me about this, so we went down and talked to the lady that was on duty that day. I was very impressed with what they could offer me. I'd always been very independent, so it was hard for me to ask somebody else for help. I have a macular degeneration in my right eye. I have very little sight in my left eye, so I have regular appointments at ARI to get an injection in my right eye. Obviously I can't drive myself, which my daughter used to do for me, to take me up. I used that service just the other week because I had depended on friends taking me from the time my daughter left until last week. This was a godsend. Karen was a lovely lady, took me up, took me home, was just perfect. Prior to that, I'd used the prescription service because I need regular prescriptions from the chemist in Laurencekirk. That was so handy. I am over 70, so I have been isolating since the lockdown. Apart from being up to the hospital, that's the only time I've been out, and the 8 weeks we're into this. I have a small bit of grass out the back, which I tried cutting myself, but as I suffer from COPD, I found it quite strenuous, so I decided to use the garden service. And Willie Burnett come down, and he's been down twice cutting my back grass. Like I say, this service is a godsend, and I want to thank all the volunteers. All the ones I have met have been so nice, and there's so many people like me that are stuck for certain things. This has been a great help.
I have got a little dog, and she was trying to escape under my fence. The gentleman came and an excellent job was done.
I moved here 3 years ago from a busy place, from Aberdeen, and I found it hard when I came here. I thought, oh no, there's nothing here. But just if you meet people, you go out, do you look? It's there, and there is quite a lot. I would just like to talk about everything that the service helps me with. And one is very important, it's my shopping. I got that today by Jennifer. She texts me at night, and I text through what I want, and also she gets in touch with me if she sees something that I have been wanting prior to this, and she's discovered she can get it, so she texts me about that. And it's a good help. It's great because I wouldn't be able to do all my shopping. She's a lovely person. She often has her children with her, and they wave. It's just lovely. And if it hadn't been for the service, and the coronavirus, I suppose, this would never have happened. So I've made quite a lot of friends. A big thank you to all the volunteers
for making isolation bearable and less lonely.
Thank you very much.